Welcome to our new series, Back to Basics for Real Estate. I'm joined with Adam, and today we wanted to talk about how do you find a realtor? Where do you start?
That is an excellent topic for today, the perfect place to start. I always like to recommend starting with your immediate circle. Who do you know that can recommend a really good realtor? You're going to have people that you know that will have worked with an excellent realtor. One sort of piece of caution, you don't necessarily want to just go with your cousin that got licensed last week. Of course, we want to support people that we care about, but you want to make sure that you're really working with a pro who's got some good experience.
Once you've maybe identified a few possible sources like that, do some research online. You can check up on Realtor.ca to see maybe if they have any current listings, what brokerage they work with, and you can also check up on their socials. They might have an active social media. You can see maybe who else they work with from their team. You could see more of what they're like. See if you get a sense that you might vibe with them.
Exactly. The personality is really important because it is a bit of an intimate experience. Looking for a house or selling a home, they're in your space dealing with probably one of the biggest transactions of your entire life. And you brought up the team word, which, I don't want to be biased, but I do think it's an excellent idea to really consider a realtor that's on a team. Vacations come up or, family situations, and it's good to have backup realtors at your disposal for this big transaction. And it's also important to have extra resources because when you're doing a real estate transaction, you might be needing contractors and builders and painters and mortgage brokers, appliance people. Teams will often have a massive Rolodex.
Once you've identified maybe 1, 2, 3 realtors you think you'd like to work with, what would you do next?
I think you want to set up an appointment with that realtor and do your homework. Interview them. I think that's a really important part of the process to get your questions there and make sure that they're able to give you answers you're comfortable with. And just the vibe of the connection is really important. So feel free to make sure that they are going to be representing you the way you want to be.
Yeah, you should at least want to have a coffee with this person.
Exactly.
Right?
That's right.
We've got a surprise guest on the show today.
It's me.
So Paul, do you have anything to add about finding a realtor?
I do, because honestly, I've been part of those realtor interviews, which I highly recommend. And actually, what I tell people in the interview is there are really 3 important things. The first thing is make sure the person is experienced buying or selling the thing you want to buy or sell. Right? Like if you want to buy a property that you need to rent out, make sure they have experience doing that because they need to know that stuff. Make sure they're not pushy, because the problem in this industry is people can push you to make decisions, and really you want someone that's there to guide you and help you along the process, which kind of leads to Adam's point. Point number 3 is make sure you vibe with the person because you're going to spend a lot of time with them.
So Ben, are there any other methods of finding a realtor?
Yeah, we recommend definitely hitting the neighborhood for checking out some open houses, right? If you're looking to sell in your area and somebody else is already selling there, there's a chance that they know the area pretty well. And if you're looking to buy in the area, same thing goes. If you see them at an open house, they may know the area pretty well. Might not always be the case, but again, it's worth having that face-to-face kind of conversation to really see what's going on. And another good way is maybe asking some professionals in an industry you already know, right? So you could ask, say, a mortgage broker you're working with. They typically know some very trusted realtors. Or if you're looking somewhere far away and you know a realtor in your city, they may have connections in that distant city you're looking to move to and somebody that they could recommend.
That's an excellent point because it gets trickier when you can't actually be visiting that location before going through with a buy or a sell.
Any other final points on finding a realtor?
I think you really need to trust your gut. In any profession, there are people that maybe you won't be comfortable working with, and it's so important to trust your gut. If you get a bad feeling, if you get an inkling that something's a little bit off, just listen to it. I think it's a good idea, and I think we all know people, at least I do, that have had negative experiences with anything, but it happens in real estate, so trust your gut.
Yeah, we get people coming to our team all the time that have worked with previous realtors, and they said, I really should have trusted my gut that first time around, and now I'm glad I found you guys.
Exactly.
Hope you found that hugely helpful. We're excited to have you along for this new Back to Basics real estate video series.
We're going to run it down on all the important aspects of real estate and how to get started.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. No matter how basic you might think they are, we want to cover it.
We're here to help.